I think I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is, again, like pound for pound, IQ-wise, I think he's even up there with a Terence and those kind of guys. You know?
And why do you favor Shakur to beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez?
Even though Teofimo has like a good skill set and some power and athleticism, I just don't think it's enough. I think mentally, like he's not equipped to be in there with a guy like Shakur for 12 rounds. He's going to be frustrated. He's going to be outclassed. I think he's going to be just by the wayside or one step behind like every single round. So I think Shakur beats him in a fairly.
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight.
Who wins that?
Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've had him on the pod. He bangs hard. He's a good.
When the best boxers in the world start picking sides, you know something big is about to go down. And trust me, everyone has an opinion on Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez.
Just because Teofimo likes to fight people that like he could counter. And with Shakur, he has to chase him. So it's not a good style matchup for Teofimo. But shit, if Teofimo finds a way, fucking kudos to him, for sure. Like, because I don't see Teofimo being that aggressive, you know? He's aggressive.
Yeah, he's more like he throw his punches, not trying to hurt. He just trying to tag you.
Yeah, like he's not very aggressive. Like he's more of a natural counter puncher, but not an aggressive fighter. That like he'll go get you if he has to.
I just realised, yeah, he is Jerry.
So you think Teo wins?
I'm gonna start calling him Jerry from now. Who's Shakur?
You think Teo wins, honestly?
I do, but not discrediting Shakur at all. I think he's a phenomenal fighter, but I just think Teo has more explosiveness, more zap, and more spite.
The boxing world is buzzing right now. January 31st, 2026, at Madison Square Garden in New York, Shakur Stevenson steps into the ring with Teofimo Lopez. This is not just another fight. The WBO and Ring Junior welterweight titles are on the line. But more than that, this fight is about who is really the best. Shakur is undefeated with a record of 24 wins and 0 losses. Teofimo has 22 wins in 1 loss, and he is the defending champion. One fighter uses perfect skills and smart boxing. The other uses raw power and explosiveness. When these two meet, sparks will fly. Let's start with Tim Bradley. He is a former champion and now an expert analyst. Bradley thinks this whole fight comes down to one thing: footwork. He explained that Teofimo must control his feet before he can attack. Bradley said,
I mean, punches got to be thrown. I get that, you know. You understand that, but it's the feet. The feet is what gets you in position to be able to land those shots. You know, footwork is extremely important. When I look at both these guys, and I look at Shakur's footwork, I look at Teo's footwork, and what I noticed about Teo's footwork in particular is that in order to be able to throw the amount of power that he has, you know, I've noticed with Teo, there's always a subtle pause before he actually explodes. And Teo's a guy that likes to explode into contact, like to explode into his opponents, man, to land his offense. You know, fast, you know, twitchy type muscles, you know, fibers, you know, he's extremely fast. You know, some may say that, you know, his twitchiness kind of reminds him of like Roy Jones' type of, you know, movements, how quick he's able to close that distance on his opposition.
He pointed out that Teofimo pauses just a little bit before he explodes forward with his punches, but Shakur is a master at controlling distance. Bradley believes Shakur will step back every time Teofimo tries to jump in. He said Shakur has great eyes and understands movements really well, so when Teofimo takes a big step forward, Shakur takes a big step back. This makes Teofimo's punches fall short.
So what does Shakur do? Teo takes a big step in, Shakur takes a big step back. You know, again, always understanding because he has great eyes, you know, great eyes, understands boxing very well and movements. And Shakur is going to step out of range and make Teo fall short a lot of the times. Teo likes to, you know, and I noticed now, I've been watching a lot of him, man. That's all I've been doing is just watching Teo and Shakur. You know, I've noticed that he likes to jab to the body. You know, one of the things is like, in order to find your timing, you know, you gotta be able to land your jab. And if you can't land it up top, you know, the biggest surface to hit.
3 weeks before the fight, Shakur went live on Instagram. He looked calm but serious. He told everyone he is locked in ready. Then he sent a warning straight to Teofimo. Shakur said,
"Boy, ready? 3 more weeks. We locked in. Rounds in the bank. Khalil, what up, gang? Y'all already know. I promise you I'm ready. Teo better be working. Cause I promise you I put in so much work this camp. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm just checking in with y'all real quick, letting y'all know. Bet the bag. Boy is up. Catch y'all later."
Salim Ellis Bey gave his take on the fight too. He thinks it is all about who can force their style on the other person. Bey said Teofimo is athletic and explosive, which makes him a real threat at 140 pounds. But he also said Shakur has the clear edge and pure boxing skills. Bey explained,
"I think Teofimo is athletic, as we know. I think Shakur is a hell of a boxer, as we know. And whoever is able to make the best out of their style and their ability stylistically, I feel like that's going to be the person that wins that fight. I feel like Shakur has the upper hand as far as like boxing ability and stuff like that. And I think he's been getting stronger, especially since he moved up to 140. But like at the end of the day, Teofimo is athletic and he's a force to be reckoned with. So, you know, when the best man win, I got Shakur. I think Shakur is going to win by decision."
Emilion Rivera sees a big gap in styles between the two fighters. Rivera believes Shakur will break Teofimo down round by round. He said boxing is about hitting and not getting hit, and that is exactly what Shakur does best. Rivera pointed out that Teofimo can get frustrated and lose his balance when things do not go his way. If that happens, Shakur will catch him with quick counters. Rivera said if he catches him off balance, he probably could knock him down. Greg Hackett thinks this fight is skill versus explosiveness, and he's leaning toward Shakur. Hackett said Shakur's discipline, strong defense, and mental toughness give him the edge. He believes Teofimo will get frustrated when he cannot land clean punches. When that happens, he'll play right into Shakur's game plan. Hackett said,
"Shakur, yeah, my first mind tells me Shakur, and I thought about it, yeah, I'm picking Shakur by decision, but because this is fighting, anything can happen. You can't count Teo out. So there is thoughts sometimes that cross my brain, like, damn, what if Teo catch him like a little bird though? You know what I mean? And hurt him. Or what if he just out hustling? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of shit that crossed my mind, but I still like Shakur for the dub. I like Shakur for the dub because he knows how to win. Like, he knows how to.
Bozy Ennis kept it simple. He said speed beats power almost every time in boxing, especially when that speed comes with great timing and control. Ennis believes Shakur has all of that. He said he got speed. He's a technician, man. He knows what he's doing. Ennis admitted Teofimo is a good fighter with some dangerous moments, but he doesn't think Teofimo can outthink or outmove Shakur over 12 full rounds. Ennis said flat out, Shakur is way above him. Not everyone is picking Shakur to dominate, though. Ada Oladipo stepped in to remind fans not to count out Teofimo. Oladipo said Teofimo is a smart boxer with a lot of experience. He's been in bigger fights than Shakur. Oladipo said, in the very biggest fights, this guy wins.
He was a smart boxer, very experienced, more experienced than Shakur Stevenson. And again, in the very biggest fights, I know some of you might point out to Kambosos, I think you underestimate Kambosos, but in the very biggest fights, this guy wins. This guy wins. This is such a good match.
Lonnie B gave a strong warning. He said this fight leaves zero room for mistakes. One bad moment could change everything. Lonnie told Teofimo to unleash his full power and aggression. He also challenged Shakur to stay perfect on defense. Lonnie's biggest concern is that one clean punch from Teofimo could crack Shakur's defense and flip the whole fight. He said, at this high level, one slip, one lapse, one exchange could decide who controls the ring. Richardson Hitchens was bold with his prediction. He thinks this fight will be easy for Shakur. Hitchens said Teofimo won't really threaten Shakur on fight night. He even said Teofimo could leave the ring embarrassed. Hitchens believes January 31st will be all Shakur, dominating and controlling from start to finish. Keith Colon took a more careful approach. He called this a true 50-50 fight with danger for both men. Colon said Shakur's boxing IQ, timing, and defense make him elite, but Teofimo's raw power and explosiveness make him a serious challenge. Colon respects both fighters. He pointed out that Teofimo is a two-time Ring Magazine champion and has been undisputed in 2 weight divisions. Shakur is sharp and respected too, so Colon said,
But Tio's a sharp guy, you know, and he shine under the lights, you know. Yeah, he had his ups and downs, but for the most part, when he got in there with top opposition, you always seen the sharp good Tio.
So you feel like this is a true 50-50 fight?
I'll say yeah. Just with respect for both opponents. You know, Tio, he's a 2-time Ring Magazine champion. Fought, you know, undisputed. He's undisputed 2 weight divisions. Shakur, you know, he's a sharp fighter, and he's a respected boxer. So I feel like this is a 50-50 fight.
Clarissa Shields thinks Shakur has a big advantage. She said Shakur has faced more high-level fighters and has beaten them. Shields explained, you got to experience a fire cord to be able to beat a fire cord. She believes Shakur's ability to adapt to different styles gives him a clear edge. Even though Teofimo fought tough opponents, Shields thinks Shakur has faced better competition overall. Emiliano Vargas has actually sparred with Shakur, so he knows what it feels like to be in the ring with him. Vargas said when Shakur finds an opening, he becomes very dangerous. He has great instincts and takes advantage of mistakes. But Vargas also said Teofimo is a totally different kind of threat. In the end, Vargas kept it honest. He said both fighters have a real chance to win and the fight could go either way. He said, that's the beautiful thing about boxing. We never know. Ryan Romero simply called this a great boxing matchup. He pointed out that both fighters are Olympic gold medalists and multi-division champions. Romero said,
great fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, you know, because I mean, at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Tio is an incredible fighter. Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and it's very. Shakur coming out with I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good fight. I like.
Paulie Malignaggi gave a warning to people picking Shakur. He said yes, Shakur should be the favorite based on boxing skills, but Teofimo has shown he can win when people count him out. Malignaggi said Teofimo can knock someone out with one punch, and he is most dangerous when his back is against the wall. Malignaggi explained,
we have a super fight with Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. New Jersey and New York fighters. What do you think about Brooklyn, New York? You're from Brooklyn. Yeah. What do you think about the whole fight? It's a difficult fight to really pick. There's a replay there. You wanna give Shakur the edge, and I do, but Teo is not something to play with because when he's got his back to the wall, he becomes the most difficult guy to deal with, you know? And he's got his best performances when people count him out. And then when people feel like he's gonna win easily, he's got his worst performances. So this is one of those times where Teo could make it really, really interesting. Shakur for me is a possible pound for pound #1 at one time. But if there's a guy who could be a threat to him, it is Teo because Teo has that little bit of difference-making ability.
Teofimo's training camp has been intense. His team is focused on creating explosive movements and high intensity. Every session emphasizes speed, quick muscle training, and powerful punches. Teofimo is drilling how to close distance fast and throw bombs with bad intentions. His conditioning is tough, but it is preparing him for battle. He is not just training for a boxing match, he is training to put extreme pressure on one of the most technical boxers in the sport. Tim Bradley added even more to his analysis. He said Shakur's boxing intelligence and jab will break Teofimo's rhythm. Bradley believes if Teofimo does not show tremendous aggression and pin Shakur to the ropes, he will have a hard time. Bradley said Shakur will step out of range and make Teofimo miss a lot. He thinks this will be a very technical and cautious fight where Shakur controls everything with movement, timing, and intelligence. Buddy McGirt did not hold back. He said, "Oh, Shakur, definitely. He's the best at that weight. No one's going to beat him at that weight." McGirt even said Shakur could go up to 147 pounds and win a title. That is how good he thinks Shakur is. McGirt loves Teofimo and even picked him to beat Lomachenko in the past, but he believes Shakur is just on another level. McGirt explained that Shakur has a style you need to be a real boxing person to appreciate. He said Shakur can take control at any time he wants to. Terence Crawford has been helping Shakur in training camp. Crawford said Shakur is a work of art and the sky is the limit with him. Crawford believes Shakur has the boxing skills to do whatever he wants in the ring. He said it's going to be very hard to beat Shakur with the skills that he possesses and the smarts that he has. Crawford even warned that if Teofimo rushes or gets reckless, Shakur can hurt him badly and maybe even knock him out. Eddie Hearn called Shakur massively underrated when it comes to his achievements. Hearn said everyone in boxing knows how good Shakur is. At just 28 years old, Shakur is already a 3-division world champion. This fight is his chance to become a 4-division champion. Hearn said that is remarkable. He also said Teofimo always rises to the occasion when motivated. Roy Jones Jr. broke down the fight by talking about movement. He said fighters who move well create big problems, and adjusting to that movement is often the hardest challenge. Shakur said he plans to stay versatile. He will not just move around or just stand and fight. He will do whatever it takes to win. Roy praised Shakur for showing that kind of flexibility in past fights. He said those qualities create the best matchups. Ryan Garcia was confident in his prediction. He said he is picking Shakur to win. Garcia pointed to Shakur's elite speed, sharp defense, and high-level ring intelligence. He thinks those are the deciding factors. Garcia said Shakur's calm style and ability to adjust mid-fight let him stay in control even under heavy pressure. If Shakur sticks to his strategy and executes with discipline, Garcia sees him winning. So who wins? Most experts lean toward Shakur. They believe his skills, movement, and boxing IQ will be too much, but almost everyone warns not to count out Teofimo. He has power, athleticism, and a history of winning when people doubt him. One clean punch can change everything. This fight is discipline versus disruption, patience versus explosiveness, and on January 31st at Madison Square Garden, we will finally find out whose style survives when the pressure is on.